It's very tricky today because there's so little space for other kinds of cinema in the theatres. I'm hoping this film succeeds so that we can set a precedent and say so-called women's-oriented films nahi chalti hain. You know, all these kind of perceptions there are. I really hope that we are able to break that perception, and I hope that audiences come out and watch it so that we can change that. We as an audience, it's also our job to go out and support the kind of cinema that we'd like to see more of, or stop complaining, so definitely in this case it's only because I had a producer like Aamir that we could have gone to the cinemas, or for instance even a 12th fail, only a Vidhu Vinod Chopra could have pushed a film like that. Hi, I'm Kiran Rao and you're watching me on Filmy.
Hi, this is Siddharth Shukla from Filmy, and my guest today is a woman with a vision. My pleasure in welcoming Kiran Rao. Ma'am, a very warm welcome to Filmy.
Thank you, Siddharth.
This is a complaint from your fans, me being one of them, of your work. Dhobi Ghat ke baad, it took you a lot of time to come back. Why was it?
I think one of the reasons was I was struggling as a writer. I felt very alone. I was frustrated, and I just never felt like what I had written was ready. At no point did I feel हाँ अभी ये third draft है, अभी ये ready है. मैं खुद खुश नहीं थी उन stories से, and I feel it's a head space, it's not so much कि story ठीक नहीं थी जैसे जब more like मैं तैयार नहीं थी, बनाने. तो the same year that Dhobi Ghat was made, I also became a mom. After trying for very long, I had a baby. And in many ways, Azad sort of satisfied my creative side very wholly. Like I was completely
wholesome experience.
Yeah, I was completely absorbed with him creatively even. There's a certain like a creative desire that when you're a writer, producer, you feel like the need to create. But that creating instinct was being fulfilled by Azad a lot of the time.
That's a deep
so number of reasons I was trying to work. I worked on other people's films like Dangal and Secret Superstar, and I worked on Mami. I was a chair of the board, and I was part of the Mumbai Film Festival. So there were other things, but writing was my struggle.
Okay. And
that's one of the reasons. And so when this script came to me, I was like, this is it. Abhi ye banani hai. Because it was not my story. I could not have written this.
Right.
It was such a crazy idea कि दो दुल्हन ट्रेन पे जा रही हैं, अदला बदली हो जाती है. Like, it's very hard for me to have thought of it also.
Yeah, when I watched the trailer, I was like, hey. And like you rightly said, it's a hook.
Yeah.
Because if for nothing else, people would want to know, अब हुआ क्या?
हुआ क्या? कहाँ गई? घर पहुँचती है कि नहीं?
Yeah.
This is the but the nice thing I think was, on the outside, you might even know what the end is.
Right.
know कि क्या होता है, लड़कियाँ कहाँ जाती हैं, क्या होता है end में. लेकिन एक तरह से we wanted to make that journey a little bit of the experience of that journey is why we made the film. So that like all the characters you meet on the way, all the little, the funny moments, the touching moments are things that you will go away with, rather than कि plot broadly समझ आया तो फिर interest नहीं है फिल्म में,
Right. मैम अभी आपने बोला कि you were not happy with what you were writing. So I want to know, is your taste as a filmmaker same as that of an audience? Like आप जो देखना पसंद करते हो वही बनाना पसंद करते हो, or are these two things different?
I am that kind who would like to make a film that I would like to watch. So it's same as my audience. Having said that, I'm also the audience for the kinds of films that I know that maybe I will not ever make or want to make.
Okay.
But what I make, I definitely will make for myself and therefore me as an audience. I feel you need to do that to be able to make an effective film. It has to be something that creatively excites you enough to want to watch it.
Right.
And that automatically makes it for an audience a far better film, because you would have put yourself in their shoes ki, where was I getting a bit bored, or what moments really popped for me, things like that. When you are your own audience to begin with, you're bound to be, even if your audience is small, you'll find your audience somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
But जब आप ये movies बनाते हैं, आपने धोबी घाट बनाया, and then अभी आपने ये बनाया, you were also a presenter for Ship of Thesis.
Yes.
So what I want to know is, जब आप release करते हैं, ये theatrical होगा या OTT पे आएगा, because now we have options.
Yeah, now we do.
Especially after COVID. So ये conscious decision होता है कि आप मतलब ये theater पे जाना है या ये OTT पे जाना है. How do you go about it?
Well, in this space, actually, it's very tricky today because, you know, there's so little space for other kinds of cinema in the theatres. And honestly, I'm hoping this film succeeds so that we can set a precedent and say so-called women's-oriented films nahi chalti hain. You know, all these kind of perceptions there are. So I really hope that we are able to break that perception, and I hope that audiences come out and watch it so that we can change that, because I feel like we as an audience, it's also our job to go out and support the kind of cinema that we'd like to see more of.
Or stop complaining.
Or stop complaining, you know. So definitely, in this case, it's only because I had a producer like Aamir that we could have gone to the cinemas. Or for instance, even at 12th Fail, only a Vidhu Vinod Chopra could have pushed a film like that. You know, you need a certain strength as a producer to be able to have the conviction to go out with a film like that.
Yeah.
And also take that risk. So at the end of the day, it's hard to put these out. And while we do have options today, it's very sad that we, you know, like anything that is not a big action thriller, you feel, हाँ इसको तो OTT में जाना
वाली फिल्म बहुत जल्दी लेबल कर देते हैं.
बहुत जल्दी लेबल कर देते हैं. And I feel like that's unfair because so many people don't have access to OTT.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the collective experience of watching a film, you're denying to people with good cinema.
Exactly.
The good cinema you don't want to put in the OTT. You want to put जो भी, you know, big spectacle वाली फिल्में हैं, जो भी action drama, वो सब आपको डालना है. लेकिन ये मुझे लगता है कि it is the responsibility of the audiences to support these kind of films and come out, and they did. You know, they've supported 12th Fail. There's been a lovely response to my film so far. People have sent me amazing, you know, lots of congratulations and a lot of love. But we need to keep doing that if we want to see better cinema. That's number one. And number two is we need to challenge ourselves and make great films. They'll find their place, whether it's on OTT, whether it's in the cinema, whether it's even if it's a short film. So I feel like you need to tell stories interestingly, good stories in an interesting way, new, fresh way. Right. And then you will find an audience for it. Then I don't think it's like you said, the options are many now.
Right.
It's how good is your story? After that, the onus is on your story.
Right. Why I'm asking this is because, like you said, people first complain and then they only don't watch it. And iska Laapataa Ladies ka, I am honestly saying, word of mouth बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है, because यही हो रहा है, आप सामने वाले बोल रहे देखना. But where I'm coming from is when a film like Pathaan or Jawan, great films, Animal, or you know, this big event films like we call it, they succeed. And succeed like how? And then उसके बाद फिर social media पे, I don't know, it's dichotomy or what के irony कि वो लोग complain भी करते हैं कि you know ये misogynist है, or maybe Pathaan में it's just there was no role for a girl or something like that. What do you feel about it? Also, I want to talk about what's your take on films like Animal. What I personally felt is they just showed it, and rest it's up to us. What do we take away from it? What do you feel about it?
I haven't seen it, so I find it very hard to comment on Animal. I've been asked about it in the past, but I have not seen it, and I'm very keen to see it, honestly, because I do feel like
अभी इतना लोगों ने पूछ लिया है तो भी देखना ही पड़ेगा.
Also, you know, I feel it's very important that we create space for people to create characters that are conflicting. You know, like this character has conflicted a lot of people, what Ranveer has played, and I'm sure he's played it very well. He's an incredible actor. And I've heard that the craft of the film is very good. So I'm very keen to watch it, because I do believe that there is a space for all kinds of characters, and we must have more complex characters and more interesting portrayal of people. Not so everybody can just be good and bad, and you know. Having said that, I can't comment on the film itself, not having seen it, nor actually I've not seen any films in this past year because I've been busy with this film. So in fact, Animal, Jawan, Pathaan, even RRR, all these films I've not seen. Pushpa. And I'm just really grateful that these films came and revived the industry. It's great that they revived theatres. And we just need a lot more people coming out to support films, and perhaps we need the ecosystem to support film going, theatre going
irrespective
more.
of the genre.
Irrespective of the genre,
event, like
by
you said.
making it more affordable perhaps.
Yeah.
For films,
Very
to people
important.
to watch films, because
Yeah.
then then it won't matter when you only have to pay 100 rupees to see a film. You'll see every film.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. So that is also one of the things I feel we need to change.
Right. What's next?
Oh, I don't know. I've got a bunch of things. Like I said, I've been cooking in the last 10 years. There have been a couple of feature scripts, a couple of series ideas. So, yeah, the goal is not to make another like 12 years pass before I get back to directing.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying very hard to do something soon.
I
Yeah.
would love to watch if you make a series. I want to watch long form content also of yours.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah.
I've got stuff. Hopefully, that'll come.
On that note, thank you so much, ma'am, for joining
Thanks,
us.
Siddharth.
Pleasure
That
talking
was
to you.
Great fun.
Thank you, my pleasure, and I hope we meet again. You come up with a super amazing thing like Laapataa Ladies very soon.
Thanks so much.
Or unlike Laapataa Ladies.
Oh, unlike. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Right.
Give me choot.
We all trust me after Dhobi Ghat and then this. So when this happened now, मैं पूरे collective audience की तरफ से बता रहा हूँ because of the interaction that we have. We were like, trailer तो अच्छा लगा, but we had this confidence, like Kiran Rao has made it. कुछ तो होगा. You know, that's the image as of a filmmaker that you have. कुछ तो अच्छा पक्का होगा. So I'm hoping वो कुछ तो अच्छा वाला फिर से we get it.
Yeah. Thank you. I hope to give that to you.
Thank you.